Hi again, everybody, and welcome back to the Collecting Canadian Cavalry and Armour YouTube channel. My name is John, and I'm here today to talk to you about the battle dress slip-on regimental insignia. Now, when war broke out in 1939, Canada decided to use the same type of uniform as the British Army, called battle dress. One thing that they were very careful about, or very concerned about, I should say, is that we didn't give too much information to the enemy. They thought that having a lot of flash would be detrimental to our troops and finding out what regiments were deployed in the field and that type of thing. So what the military did is they designed a khaki or wool shoulder title, very subdued, with the regimental name on the front, and on the back there were two loops that would fit onto the epaulette. You can see an example of that here on this uniform to the Essex Regiment tank. You can see how they just slip right onto the epaulette, and it's very subdued, blends in very nicely. Now, the authorized slip-ons were all in black thread. Having said that, there are some unauthorized ones that we know were being worn, and they were in white thread. And I have an example here with the Canadian Armored Corps, CAC. These ones a little bit different. On the back, they have a space between the backing and the badge, and that's what would slip onto the epaulette. White thread were unauthorized, although many regiments had them. So here is a selection of some of these slip-ons. We have the 16th 22nd Saskatchewan Horse, 2nd 10th Dragoons, South Alberta Regiment, the 15th Alberta Light Horse, 19th Dragoons, 19th Alberta Dragoons, Lord Strathcona's Horse. These are old cavalry regiments that became armor tank regiments. So we've covered this one. I want to show you guys this one that I have here from the 6th Hussars. You notice that it's a little bit smaller than the Saskatchewan Horse, and it has the slip-on this way, black thread. Kind of interesting. Now, back in 1936, the Army decided to raise 6 tank regiments. Thought tanks might catch on. Now, the Essex Regiment tank and the Ontario Regiment were 2 of the 6, the others being the Argyll Light Infantry tank, the Three Rivers Regiment out of Quebec, the Calgary Regiment, New Brunswick Regiment tank. So these are slip-ons from there. Now, they had to learn how to drive tanks. So this is the slip-on that was issued to the staff at the tank school in Borden. Very, very hard to find. And again, it has the slip-ons here. Unfortunately, I'm missing one, but it's so rare that it's okay. I don't mind too much. Now, we have an unauthorized Canadian Armored Corps slip-on here. Again, with the backing in 2 pieces. So, by 1942, the different regiments and corps wanted to have their own unique colored shoulder titles. We'll get into that in a different episode, but just for sake of showing you something that's kind of interesting, I just wanted to show you these ones. These are 3 different patterns of the Canadian Armored Corps. You'll notice that they're brown, green, and red. This one, for some reason, is a little bit purplish. I don't know why they did it. Anyway, stands for the unofficial model of the Canadian Armored Corps, through the mud and the blood to the green fields beyond. In August of 1945, the Royal Canadian Armored Corps was born. I say the Royal Canadian Armored Corps because in recognition of the Corps' contributing to winning the war, we became the Royal Canadian Armored Corps. We decided to model the shoulder title on the same colors as the Royal Armored Corps in Britain, with the scarlet and the yellow. Now, for some reason, these were made up. And these are real, unofficial. This is the official one, unofficial, I'm sorry. Again, with the 2-piece, and RCAC here with the 2 little straps under there. Now it has to beg the question, why, if these things went out of use in 1942, why in 1945 did they decide to authorize these to be worn? I don't know, and I haven't been able to find any information on it. But it's just kind of an interesting little tidbit. Now, some people turn around and suggest that it might stand for Royal Canadian Army Cadets. The Army Cadets got their Royal designation in 1942, so it would be the same timeline. But the cadets didn't wear battle dress at that time. It was a different type of uniform. The officers that were in charge were not Royal Canadian Army Cadets. They were part of the Cadet Services of Canada. So here we have two kind of interesting but very real shoulder titles. And I know there's got to be an interesting bit of research behind this. Something for another day. But that's a fantastic thing about collecting, is you get lots of little things like this that you give you an opportunity to do a bunch of reading, a bunch of research. So again, thank you everybody for tuning in. I hope you found this informative. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. And happy collecting. We'll see you guys next time.